Everyone, welcome to the show. I have a quick update to share about what's going on in the Oath Keepers trial. So, as you guys know, the jurors have been deliberating. They've actually had just their second full day of deliberation today. And they sent a handwritten note to the judge asking for clarification about the seditious conspiracy charge. So that's a little unnerving. The note stated, quote, clarify, colon, prevent, hinder, or delay the execution of any law of the U.S. versus, quote, governing the transfer of presidential power, including the U.S. Constitution. So U.S. District Judge Amit Mehta brought the jury back to the courtroom and he provided them with a little more clarification. He told the jurors, quote, the seditious conspiracy charge alleges as one of its two objects to prevent, hinder, or delay the execution of any law of the United States by force. The law of the U.S. for purposes of this charge are the laws governing the presidential transfer of power. And then he cited a portion of the 12th Amendment of the Constitution, which states that the winner of the Electoral College votes wins the presidential election. And he provided them with a portion of the U.S. Code, which requires the certification of the Electoral College votes on January 6th. And then Judge Mehta also referred the jurors back to their jury instructions and the specific page that deals with this seditious conspiracy charge. So I read through that page and I thought of something that made me feel a little bit more confident about a guilty verdict, because if you look at it this way as a juror, if the Oath Keepers were simply there awaiting Donald Trump's orders, as they claim, they would have remained outside, right? Instead, they entered the building by force and they tried to locate the House and the Senate. And they admitted that they were looking for Nancy Pelosi. So they clearly had a purpose. They clearly had a reason for marching up those Capitol steps in a military stack formation, by the way. And they clearly intended to do something, right? When they entered the building, there was a reason for it. They weren't just like some of these people who wandered in after the doors and the windows had already been broken into and open. And the following page of the jury instructions clarified the charge even further. It stated in part, quote, it is not necessary for the government to show that force was actually used by the conspirators, nor is it necessary for the government to prove that the conspirators agreed to every detail of how force was to be used or as to specific targets of the use of force. However, the government must prove at least that the conspirators intended that force would be used. And I think that they did that. The jury instructions also note that the jury doesn't have to find the defendants guilty of both of the goals of the conspiracy in order to render a guilty verdict. So, for example, if the jury believes that the defendants are guilty of, say, preventing, hindering, or delaying the execution of the laws, but they don't believe that the defendants opposed the authority of the government by force, they're still guilty. They can still find them guilty as long as they all agree. Nobody knows what this means. I mean, of course, there's people out there saying, oh, this is not a good sign. Usually when they're asking questions, that favors the defense. And it means that jurors are questioning things. But this is above their pay grade. This is above all of our pay grade. I mean, this is not just a slam dunk. Oh, did this person steal something or did they not? It's a very serious charge. It carries with it a very serious penalty. And I believe that this just shows that the jurors are taking their job very seriously and that they want to get it right. They don't want to misunderstand or have any questions in their mind when they render their verdict of guilty or innocent. So I will let you know as soon as I hear more. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, subscribe. Please donate. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.